Hi, this is Megan Yunker with my $1 Million Idea speech. It is going to be regarding stem cell research. I hope you enjoy. Possibilities are endless in the realm of science. Once mankind encounters a problem, you can bet a solution is close behind. However, what if someone was withholding that solution from you and dangling it just out of reach? That is where the situation is of stem cell research. When Obama came into office, he actually granted funding and gave his okay to go ahead and continue research on stem cell research. But before that, all funding was cut, and it put a big halt to the scientists that just about had cures for many deadly diseases. One may argue that this is playing God with all the capabilities that stem cells give, but if God did not intend for us to know this, He wouldn't have put the idea in our head in the first place. Our species is meant to provide for ourselves, and with the wise words of Pandora's box, if we do not play God, who will? Before someone can take an educated stance on this situation, they must become educated with the simple facts about what stem cells are and what the possibilities may be. Therefore, I made a handout that I'll hand out to my audience. Here you go. Thank you. And I will be explaining this in a little bit. Stem cells are unspecialized cells. They have the capability of differentiating into many different types of cells within the body. Specialized means that each cell has a special job, and there's many types of cells in our bodies that make us function properly. Stem cells can also work as an internal repair system. They're always dividing and replenishing cells that are dead, and as long as the person is alive, this process can continue. Now that you understand the fast facts of what stem cells are, I can tell you the 3 ways that you can obtain these. The 3 different ways are there's adult cells, umbilical cord cells or cord cells, and the most controversial, the embryo stem cells. The adult stem cells can be extracted 2 different ways. One is through bone marrow, which, as many of you know, is a very painful process, and it can actually ruin some of your bone. Another way is through your peripheral system, which scientists are still trying to perfect, but it is a very long, tedious process. Umbilical cord cells, they can be extracted either during pregnancy or right after, before the umbilical cord is cut. And these cells are stored in blood banks, where I call it kind of an insurance, where if the newborn baby needs new cells to replenish the body, they can use, or also other people can use these cells as long as their DNA matches as a recipient and donor. And then the third most controversial way is from a human embryo. And this is where my worksheet or my supplement comes into play. Right here you can see the process. The egg is fertilized so the egg is fertilized by the sperm and turns into a zygote, and then the zygote begins to divide and it makes an embryo over here, and then this process continues to where this embryo forms what's called a blastocyst, and the blastocyst inner layer is where the stem cells are obtained. And this is where the controversy starts. These stem cells are the most potent and they provide the most possibilities. But pro-life critics say that this is abortion. And this is where you need to take a stance. Do the pros outweigh the cons? Scientists have what it takes to provide all these possibilities to ending these deadly diseases. One of our main issues is we're always looking for a cure. Almost all families have been touched by some type of disease that stem cells could cure. Some of these diseases include Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, spinal cord and brain disorders, diabetes, all different types of cancers, and almost 53 more minor disorders that you don't hear about. There's actually been 73 diseases or disorders that have been treated or are being treated by stem cells that have showed successful capabilities. And now, before I leave you with the choice of whether or not stem cell research should be continued, I'm going to put you in a little situation. This right here is a blastocyst. that is sitting in an in vitro fertilization clinic, and it has been there for many years, and the people who own this embryo, they have decided that they are not going to try anymore to have any more children. So they have two options. They can either throw the embryo away and discard of it, or they can donate it to scientific research and to stem cell research to find all these cures for these deadly diseases. So I'm going to leave you with a question. Would you throw it away, or would you give it to someone that could possibly make a cure that has affected almost all families in our country? If I had $1 million, I would definitely give it to funding so they could continue research on stem cell research. Thank you.